Hello Swatantra TV viewers. I am Mahima, welcoming you to our English bulletin with latest news, updates and analysis. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi expressed confidence on Saturday that his party will defeat the BJP in Gujarat in the next election the same way it did in Ayodhya in the recent Lok Sabha polls. The leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha made the remark while addressing a party workers' convention in Ahmedabad. The BJP has challenged the Congress by threatening the Congress leaders and workers and damaging the party office. Take it in writing that Congress will contest in Gujarat and defeat Narendra Modi and BJP in Gujarat like we did in Ayodhya, Gandhi said. Congress will win Gujarat, and from the state it will make a new start, he said. He was referring to a clash that broke out between members of both Congress and BJP outside the Rajiv Gandhi Bhavan, Congress's state headquarters in Paldi area of Ahmedabad on 2 July after BJP's youth wing members came there to protest against Gandhi's remarks on Hindus. According to police, both sides engaged in stone pelting, in which 5 policemen, including an assistant commissioner of police, were injured. In his speech, the former Congress chief also targeted Prime Minister Narendra Modi over the BJP's defeat from the Faizabad Lok Sabha seat in Uttar Pradesh, where Ayodhya is located. People of Ayodhya felt angry when they found that not a single local person was invited for the Ram Mandir's inauguration, he said. He also claimed that PM Modi wanted to contest from Ayodhya, but his surveyors advised him against doing so, saying he will be defeated and his political career will end.
नरेंद्र मोदी जी आए और सर्वेयर ने उनको कह दिया, नरेंद्र मोदी जी अगर आप अयोध्या से लड़ेंगे आप अयोध्या में हारेंगे, आप अयोध्या में मत लड़िए, क्योंकि अगर आप लड़ गए आपका राजनीतिक करियर अयोध्या में खत्म हो जाएगा। इसलिए अयोध्या से नहीं लड़े, वाराणसी से लड़े। और वाराणसी में हमने 1-2 छोटी गलती कर दी, नहीं तो वहां उनको निपट लेते। मतलब आप देखिए, अयोध्या में उन्हीं के लोगों ने उनसे कहा कि हारोगे, और काशी में कितने से जीते? 1 लाख वोट से जीते। मतलब जान बचा के निकले हैं। सच्चाई है। जैसे मैंने पार्लियामेंट हाउस में कहा, हमारा काम ये जो लगा रखा है मैंने आज, ये जो चिन्ह लगा रखा है, इसको क्या कहते हैं? अभय मुद्रा कहते हैं। ये आपका चिन्ह है, इसको भूलो मत। आप आज वापस जाओगे, अलग अलग धर्म के लोग हो आप, हर धर्म में यह चिन्ह आपको दिखाई देगा। गुरु नानक जी की फोटो देखिए, महावीर की देखिए, बुद्धा की देखिए। इस्लाम में भी, जैसे मैंने पार्लियामेंट में कहा, दुआ मांगी जाती है दोनों हाथ से, ऐसे मांगी जाती है। आप शिव जी की फोटो देखिए, उसमें आपको यह दिखाई देगा। और इसका मतलब है डरो मत, डराओ मत। और मैं आपसे यहां कहने आया हूं, इन्होंने आपके ऑफिस पे आपके कार्यकर्ताओं पर आक्रमण किया है। अब आपको डरना नहीं है, डराना नहीं है।
The All India Loco Running Staff Association's South Zone President said Saturday loco drivers handed a memorandum to leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha Rahul Gandhi, blaming poor working conditions for recent train accidents. Recent accidents, including collisions in Indian railways, apart from other issues, have brought forth the urgent necessity to resolve the working conditions of loco pilots since it is said that there is human failure, loco drivers said. Highlighting the plight of train drivers, the note said loco pilots, especially those who drive goods trains, work 14 to 16 hours a day and get to go home after 3 or 4 days. It said these drivers work for more than 4 consecutive nights and instead of getting weekly rest, they are given rest once in 10 days. The memorandum said a task force on safety appointed by the railways in 2017 found that overshooting of red signals happens mostly when loco pilots return after inadequate weekly rest. The loco plots also drew Gandhi's attention towards long duties at a stretch, saying it increases fatigue. Loco pilot unions said that in 1973, there was a nationwide strike by loco running staff led by M. Rathina Sabhapati under the banner of the Alrasa for 8 hours of duty at a stretch, and an agreement took place with the government on 13 August of the same year. The Loco Pilots Union urged Gandhi to intervene and take necessary steps to ensure safety by eliminating the cause of human failure. Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu was accorded a grand welcome by his Telangana counterpart A. Revant Reddy in Hyderabad on Saturday when the former came to attend a meeting aimed at resolving long-standing issues related to bifurcation of undivided Andhra. The two chief ministers discussed long-standing issues. The deliberations are taking place at the government's Mahatma Jyoti Rao Phule Praja Bhavan. Telangana came into existence on 2 June in 2014 following the division of undivided Andhra Pradesh. Division of various state-run institutions and corporations of the undivided state, listed in Schedule 9 and Schedule 10 of the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act 2014, between the two states, among other issues, are likely to figure in the discussions. Taking the initiative for the talks, Naidu wrote to the Telangana Chief Minister last week, proposing a face-to-face meeting on 6 July. Revant Reddy, who welcomed Naidu's proposal, invited him for discussions. It may be recalled that Revant Reddy was a loyal follower of Naidu when he was in Telugu Desam Party in the combined Andhra Pradesh. After the bifurcation of the state, the Telugu Desam Party was wiped out in Telangana after bifurcation of the state. Revant Reddy switched over to the Congress and won from Malkajgiri Lok Sabha process for the medical entrance exam national eligibility entrance test undergraduate 2024, which was expected to start on Saturday, has been delayed. The counselling session was expected to start on 6 July, even though the Medical Counselling Committee had not shared any detailed notification and schedule for it. Sources said the process of issuing letters of permission to some medical colleges is still underway and new seats will be added. The date of counselling will be announced once the exercise gets over to ensure seats of the new colleges can be taken up in the first round itself, an official source said. They said the counselling may begin later this month. Amid the growing clamor for the cancellation of the controversy-ridden NETUG 2024 over alleged malpractices, the Centre and the National Testing Agency told the Apex Court on Friday that scrapping it without any proof of large-scale breach of confidentiality would be counterproductive, as it could seriously jeopardize lakhs of honest candidates. The Supreme Court had last month refused to defer the counselling process of the controversy-ridden NETUG 2024 examination. It was hearing a petition seeking a direction to pause the process for 2 days.
अरे एक सेकंड साइड हो जाओ। शिक्षा मंत्री होश में आओ, होश में आओ, होश में आओ। शिक्षा मंत्री होश में आओ।
The NETPG 2024 entrance examination will be held on 11 August in two shifts, the National Board of Examinations in Medical Sciences announced on Friday. The exam was earlier scheduled to be held on 23 June. The Union Health Ministry on 22nd June postponed the NEET-PG entrance examination, scheduled to be held on 23rd June, as a precautionary measure in the wake of allegations on the integrity of certain competitive exams. Several meetings since then have been held with officials from the Union Health Ministry, National Board of Examinations in Medical Sciences along with its technical partner Tata Consultancy Services, National Medical Commission and Cyber Cell officials to evaluate the robustness of the system for the conduct of the exam, sources said. The Ministry of Health had decided to undertake a thorough assessment of the robustness of processes of the NEET-PG entrance examination. The National Eligibility Entrance Test Postgraduate Entrance Examination is conducted by NBEMS along with its technical partner TCS for medical students. Back to opposition BRS in Telangana, the party's MLA Bandla Krishna Mohan Reddy joined the ruling Congress on Saturday. This takes the total number of BRS MLAs who joined the Congress since the assembly elections last year to 7. Krishna Mohan Reddy, legislator from Garhwal, joined Congress in the presence of Chief Minister and PCC President A. Revant Reddy and other party leaders at the CM's residence at Jubilee Hills here. Speculation is rife that more BRS MLAs would switch over the ruling party in the days to come. The BRS had won 39 of the total 119 assembly constituencies in the elections held last year, while Congress came to power winning 64 seats. BRS MLA from Secunderabad Cantonment G. Lasya Nandita died in a road accident earlier this year. The Congress won the bypoll for Secunderabad Cantonment Assembly segment, which led to an increase in its strength to 65. With the addition of the 7 BRS MLAs who crossed over to Congress, its strength rose to 71. On Thursday night, 6 BRS MLCs joined the ruling Congress. With the fresh defections, Congress strength goes up to 10 in the 40-member Legislative Council. Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav on Saturday accused the Uttar Pradesh government of trying to hide its failure in the Hathras stampede that killed 121 people by making minor arrests. Yadav, in a post on X, said that it looks like such accidents will continue to happen since the state government does not seem to have learned from the administrative lapses that led to the stampede. The SP chief also tagged a letter addressed to him in his post on X, in which Ankit Yadav, a resident of Mainpuri district, claims that his father has been wrongly framed in connection with the stampede and insists that his father has no link with the incident. He also said that if the BJP government says that it had nothing to do with the event, then it has no right to stay in power. Most of the people who attended the program were poor, unhappy, exploited, oppressed, deprived, suppressed, Yadav said. This shows that the BJP government has no concern for such people even though the government's attention should first be directed towards such people, the SP president said.
आप बीजेपी के लिए काम मत करो, मेरा निवेदन है आप पत्रकार साथियों से, कितनी जान गई हैं वो भी आप नहीं बताओगे और स्वास्थ्य सेवाएं कैसे ठप हो गई, ये सरकार चाहती ध्यान हट जाए बस। जो असली मुद्दा है जहां प्रशासन की जिम्मेदारी थी और सरकार की जिम्मेदारी थी, तो आखिरकार क्या कर रहे हो आप? जाने आप कब गए जब घटना हो गई? आपने उन्हीं जिम्मेदार अधिकारियों को पहले क्यों नहीं भेजा? क्यों नहीं भेजा आपने कि हाँ यहाँ पर इतना लोग इकट्ठे ना हो जाएं? आगे क्या जिम्मेदारी बनती थी? तो सरकार की जो जिम्मेदारी थी उस जिम्मेदारी से भाग नहीं सकती सरकार। कॉन्स्पिरेसी तो नहीं हो सकती इसमें। कॉन्स्पिरेसी ये हो सकती कि सरकार उससे बचना चाहती हो, सरकार जिम्मेदारी से भागना चाहती हो, ये कॉन्स्पिरेसी तो है। जैसे ये सवाल पूछा, ये पार्ट ऑफ कॉन्स्पिरेसी है। ये जो सवाल पूछा था एक हमारे पत्रकार साथी ने, ये पार्ट ऑफ कॉन्स्पिरेसी है और पार्ट ऑफ ये कि ध्यान हट जाए हमारा। सरकार को फुर्सत ही नहीं है ना। मैंने आप ध्यान नहीं दिया मैंने क्या कहा था। जब इस विभाग के मंत्री कुछ पॉलिटिकल अपना स्वास्थ्य बेहतर करना चाहते हैं तो विभाग को कौन ध्यान देगा? वो तो चाहते हैं कि मुख्यमंत्री हट जाए हम बन जाए। क्यों कहलवाते हो? सीधी बात। तो जब खुद ही वो मुख्यमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं तो विभाग कौन देखेगा? और मुख्यमंत्री जी ये बात जानते हैं कि ये पीछे पीछे पड़े हुए तो उनके विभाग को कुछ बजट ही नहीं दे रहे। ये तो सदन में भी हम लोगों ने कहा था, अगर याद हो आपको।
2 tourists from Hyderabad died in Uttarakhand's Chamoli district on Saturday after being hit by boulders following a landslide, police said. They said the accident occurred on the Badrinath National Highway near Chatwapipal between Gauchar and Karnaprayag. Police said 36-year-old Nirmal Shahi and 50-year-old Satya Narayana were returning from the Himalayan temple on a motorcycle when they were hit by the boulders rolling down the hill. Their bodies have been pulled out of the rubble of the landslide, police officials added. Landslides triggered by heavy rains over the past few days have left the Badrinath National Highway blocked at more than half a dozen places, including Kameda between Gauchar and Rudraprayag, Bhanir Pani near Peeplakoti, Pagalnala near Tangni, Pinola between Joshimath and Badrinath, and at Kanchanganga beyond Hanumanchatti. National Highways Authority of India and Border Roads Organization personnel are busy clearing the roads. Director Nag Ashwin's ambitious 3D spectacle Kalki 2898 AD has cruised past the 800 rupees crore mark in its worldwide box office earnings, the makers announced on Saturday. Touted as the most expensive film to be produced in India at a reported budget of 600 crore rupees, the mythological and sci-fi action drama released globally on 27 June in 6 languages. Produced by Vijayanti Movies, Kalki 2898 AD stars Amitabh Bachchan, Kamal Hassan, Deepika Padukone, and Prabhas. The production house shared the latest box office figures in a poster of the movie with rupees 800 plus worldwide embossed on it. The film, previously titled Project K, was released worldwide in Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada, Hindi, and English. The Telangana High Court has allowed a 12-year-old girl, a rape survivor, to abort a 26-week fetus and accordingly directed the superintendent of State run Gandhi Hospital here to terminate the pregnancy. The court also ordered that the termination of pregnancy or surgical procedure, as the case may be, shall be performed by a senior-most gynecologist of the hospital and collect the tissue and blood samples of the fetus for conducting DNA and other tests. If the victim girl or her mother gives consent for termination of pregnancy through medical procedure, the superintendent, Gandhi Hospital, Hyderabad, shall forthwith admit the victim girl, conduct medical examination and by taking all necessary precautions, terminate pregnancy of victim girl medically or through surgical procedure as may be required, within 48 hours, Justice B. Vijayasen Reddy said in his orders on Friday. Earlier, the doctors at the Gandhi Hospital informed the victim's mother that since the girl had advanced pregnancy beyond 24 weeks, the same cannot be terminated under the provisions of the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Amendment Act 2021, prompting her to approach the court. Justice Reddy on Thursday directed the Gandhi Hospital superintendent to constitute a medical board and examine the victim girl with regard to the gestation period of her fetus, feasibility to terminate the pregnancy and submit a report to this court in a sealed cover without disclosing the identity of the girl. 4 persons died after a car they were travelling in crashed into a fuel tanker from behind at Rampuram village in Annamaya district of Andhra Pradesh in the early hours of Saturday, a police official said. Annamaya District Superintendent of Police P. Krishna Rao said 5 people were travelling in the car and 4 of them died while 1 survived. The accident occurred at Rampuram between Kadapa and Raichoti. Rao said that the accident happened around 1 a.m. when the car collided with the tanker from behind. 4 of them succumbed to their injuries and 1 survived. Prakash Madhukar, the key accused in 2nd July Hathras stampede, was on Saturday sent to 14-day judicial custody by a magistrate court, officials said. Besides, Sanju Yadav, another suspect who has been arrested in connection with the case, was also sent to jail for the same duration, they said. Earlier in the day, Hathras Superintendent of Police Nipun Agrawal told reporters that the police would apply in the court to get the remand of Madhukar and other suspects. Dev Prakash Madhukar and Sanju Yadav were produced before the Judicial Magistrates Court on Saturday and both were sent in judicial remand for 14 days, Assistant Prosecution Officer Uma Shankar Yadav told reporters. The APO said Ram Prakash Shakya, who too has been arrested in the Stampede case, would be produced in the court on Sunday since he was arrested after Madhukar and Yadav and has some police formalities pending. Madhukar was arrested from Delhi's Najafgarh area late on Friday night by a special operations group of the Hathras police. Shakya and Yadav were arrested on Saturday from Hathras, according to police. Madhukar is the only named accused in the FIR, which also mentions as accused several other unidentified organizers of the satsang. Thank you for watching Swatantra TV English Bulletin. For a complete and comprehensive English news bulletin, please do watch Swatantra TV every day. This is Mahima, signing off. Keep watching Swatantra TV.